Hello, welcome to STEM Certification 101. My name is Sally Creel.
And I'm Tanya Pachuta.
We are excited to talk to you today and give you a little bit of information about what does it take to become a Cobb STEM certified school.
All right, so first we wanted to start off by just explaining what we mean by STEM. So typically a STEM program has the following characteristics. We see intentional interdisciplinary instruction, and this isn't just limited to the 4 letters in the acronym of STEM, of science, technology, engineering, and math. We're talking about using all of the disciplines to support each other in a cross-curricular way. Integration of problem or project-based learning, an emphasis on real-world product development, collaborations with businesses and industry partners in the area. The partnerships portion is something that's important when it comes to STEM certification, as well as using technology as a facilitation of student learning in a transformative manner. So what we're looking for there is that students are actually producers of technology rather than just consumers.
So we also have STEAM as something you may have also heard about in our schools. So when we're talking about STEAM, it's all the same characteristics that we just shared with STEM, but in addition to those, we're talking about the 4 domains of fine arts. So visual arts, dance, drama, music, and there actually is a new one that is the 5th domain that is digital visual arts. We've been very careful to design our Cobb STEM certification to make sure that it supports you, that if you're interested in moving on to more advanced certifications such as the Georgia Department of Education STEM certification or STEAM certification, or if you're interested in seeking certification from Cognia, which was formerly known as Advanced Ed, our process is totally aligned to both of their certifications and will support you.
This slide here shows all the different certifications that are offered to our schools and our various schools that have achieved each of them. So we've got the general Cobb STEM certification, which every school is required to start out at. In the bottom left, you can see our recent Cobb STEAM certified schools with Tritt and Simpson. In the middle, we've got the Georgia Department of Ed STEM certification, and below that, the icon looks very similar, but you'll see underneath it says STEAM certified. We have Mableton Elementary and Wheeler High School as our DOE STEAM certified schools. And then on the right, the Advanced Ed and Cognia schools are listed as well.
So the way that a school earns certification is they have to meet certain indicators or look-fors in instruction. These are all posted on our STEM Cobb website under certification, so you can look at them more closely. Here we have a copy of the STEM Cobb instructional look-fors. So what are the things that it takes to become a STEM certified school? You'll notice that we have several indicators listed, and this is just a screenshot of some of them. Each indicator has different criteria listed next to it to help you understand exactly what it is that we're looking for. And then schools will self-assess, and we will also assess them and give them a rating of where we see the evidence that we've observed as we come and visit the school. We also have a set of criteria for STEAM certified schools and instructional look-fors. So when we start supporting schools that are looking for certification, there are 4 different steps that we go through. Let's look at each one together. The first thing that we do is we meet with the STEM team. So we use this time to get a deeper understanding of what's going on in the school. So we want to know about their goals, their readiness, buy-in, and what are their needs. This is actually a picture from one of the schools we visited during one of our meetings with the school. We saw that there was a little bit of buy-in by some of the staff members as evidenced by them coming straight from class having done a STEM lesson in their classroom. We make sure that the team is aware of all the resources that we have available through STEM Cobb and our partners, and then we help them draft a set of next steps that they can go through.
Another thing that we share with schools starting the STEM certification process is the STEM implementation continuum. We put together this visual to give schools an idea of the types of things that you might see at a school that are in different levels along the way on their journey through certification. If you look at the bottom there, you can see where it says apply for Cobb STEM certification. When a school's exhibiting these characteristics between levels 2 and 3, that's generally when they're ready for Cobb STEM certification. And then between levels 3 and 4, we would say that they're ready for Advanced Ed, Cognia, or Georgia STEM certification. And these are not an exhaustive list of things that we would have to see or need to see. There's many more things that are part of STEM certification. But we wanted this to be seen just because a lot of schools might think that just because they have a robotics club after school or another STEM activity that they do, that they're ready to be certified, but it's more encompassing than that. So once we share that STEM implementation continuum, we have a survey for teachers to fill out called the self-assessment inventory, where they rate themselves on where they feel them personally, where they are at on that continuum, where their department at their school is, and where their school is at a whole. And so we compile that data and then share it with the schools so that they have kind of a starting off point to see where they are as they begin their journey.
So the next thing that we do is we try to make sure that we're providing our teachers with the supports they need to be successful in implementing STEM. So we do a number of professional development opportunities for them. We offer content support trainings. These are offered at the local school level in the form of either staff meetings, grade level, team plannings, whatever it is that we need. And we're doing that now in the virtual environment as well. We also look for district level trainings. When we are in a normal, more traditional school setting, we do face-to-face. We offer blended, and we also offer virtual learning. And then we also want you to look beyond just what we're doing in Cobb County. We want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the resources that are provided throughout the state and beyond through your RESA, through the Georgia STEM Forum, which isn't happening this year, but will be coming back once we transition to a more traditional learning environment. And then also take advantage of the state organizations that support science, that support mathematics, and support technology. This summer, and in the summer, we normally offer our STEMapalooza conference. This summer, we weren't able to do our STEMapalooza conference because we wanted to make sure we were being responsive and we were making sure that we were providing an environment that was safe for our teachers. So we transitioned to a different model, which was called Pop-In-PL. And this was virtual learning that we offered during the summer, and they were sessions where you could pop in for like an hour at a time and get professional development when you wanted it. We've recorded all of those sessions. They're available on our website. If you go to stemcobb.com, you can't miss the icons. Just click around and you'll get to the recordings that we've done. But we also developed a gameplay that you could dig in and learn more about different concepts. The idea was that you learned what you wanted, when you wanted, and how you wanted it. So we tried to make it a little more game-based learning and make it a little more fun.
Another thing we do to support schools in professional learning with STEM certification is through STEM school visit days. Now, traditionally, when we're not all doing remote learning, we ask schools that are currently STEM certified to open their doors for others to come in and see how they've implemented STEM in their building, because STEM is going to look different in one school than it is in another. And so, as you can see on this slide here, there's some dates that schools would say, hey, on this day we would invite visitors to come in and see what we're doing, and then you would sign up to go, and we would pay for your sub so that you could leave your school on that day and go visit theirs to see STEM in action. However, obviously school is remote right now, and so we're currently rethinking of how we might be able to participate in a similar experience virtually. Another self-directed professional development opportunity for our teachers is the Cobb STEM Distinguished Educator Program. This program was developed because we realized that a lot of teachers in our district were very involved in STEM integration in their classroom, but maybe their school as a whole wasn't involved in being STEM certified. So for that reason, we still wanted to be able to recognize those individual teachers. And so with this program, teachers develop a portfolio, submit evidence to meet certain indicators, and they earn badge points this way. And then depending on how many points you earn, you get all kinds of fun stuff such as a STEM Cobb lab coat, a Zero robot, a trip to a conference, etc. The application opens in August every year, and teachers submit it by May. It's reviewed by a committee over the summer, and then we announce the winners in August. You can check out our website. This program is linked off of stemcobb.com.
So Another component of certification is we recognize we can't go into your school on a single day and really understand the depth of what you're doing with your students and how comprehensive your program is. So we make sure that we organize STEM walks where we visit your campus on multiple occasions to get a better understanding of what it is that you do with your students on a daily basis. These STEM walks are announced. We don't just show up and you know that we're coming. We are looking at the criteria that we've clearly outlined on the Cobb certification or Cobb indicators, the look-fors that we shared earlier, and we make sure that we get a better feel for what's going on in your building. As we're going through after the STEM walks, another component of that is looking at the certification portfolio. So we know that we can't necessarily see everything that's happening when we come and visit during the day, and maybe we're only there for a couple of hours one morning. So we do a certification portfolio where you can put additional pieces of evidence that showcase how you're meeting those criteria that we've established. So the committee would actually review the portfolio and we'll ask questions about things that we don't necessarily see. You could do your portfolio in a OneNote, you could do it in a website, you could do it however you would like to, whatever makes the most sense for you and your team. We have sample portfolios for you to look at. The next thing that we do is we actually do our final certification visit. So we visited your campus 2 or 3 times. We've seen evidence that you're implementing those practices and the ideas or suggestions that we've given you. You're doing those things successfully. So we want to come out and visit you and have an official certification visit. On this day, it's much like normal, one of our normal traditional STEM walks, but on this day, we're actually going to be awarding certification if we continue to see the same types of evidence that we've seen over the past year, year and a half as we've been doing the STEM walks. Certification visit is certainly a happy time, and it's an opportunity to really celebrate and recognize those exemplary practices that you guys are doing on a daily basis to make sure that your students have access to learning that isn't available in every school across the district. So that was a quick overview of what STEM certification looks like in Cobb County. We are more than happy to go into more detail and provide you more answers to questions that you may have. Feel free to reach out to me, Dr. Sally Creel, the STEM Innovation Supervisor.
And I'm Tanya Pachuta, the STEM Professional Learning Specialist. We are excited to support schools in any way that we can, whether it be when we're back face-to-face or while we're still remote learning.
Thank you.